Heathen Thought of the Day.
Why, thank you. So, this week we watched 3 films that are part of a franchise.
This isn't I Know What You Watched Last Week, Karen.
No, but those 3 films will be on the next episode of I Know What You Watched Last Week.
I don't like that word, franchise.
I know you don't, but
It's like,
that's what it is.
It's like it's been taken over by corporate
Anyway,
turds.
Without revealing even what it is, because it's kind of irrelevant, these films had a lot of tragedy occurring around them, and people say that the film was cursed. And it made me wonder about curses. Do you think there is such a thing as being cursed?
The film you're talking about, by the way, in the most recent season, or the season most recent to the most recent, in Ghost Adventures, they go to the house of this film and do all their stuff. Check it out. So I can't wait to watch that one. But yeah, curses. I don't know. I guess you can't deny the evidence of not 1, not 2, not 3, but more deaths on and around a set and film series. You know, Exorcist also had a troubled production. There's more than one. Even, if you even think about school, right? Some days, seldom they were, but there'd be a fight in the morning, and all of a sudden there would just be this kind of feeling around the place, this heaviness in the air, and you knew that stuff was just going to kick off. And also on this day there would be not 1, not 2, not 3, but like 4 fights would happen in a day, when normally there'd be no fights in a day at school, and it just snowballs. So one thing can happen and it can influence more of it happening.
Until I went to college, I don't think there were ever any fights at any of my schools.
You've never seen a fight at
and
school?
I went to multiple schools. No, I don't think so. But also, do you not think that specifically is just, male, like, what's it, pheromones or
just
whatever?
Pheromones. I'm pretty sure that's women.
Is that?
No,
Testosterone
I just said that there weren't many days with fights. There'd be discipline, but there would just be a
No,
day
but I'm
now and
saying
again.
once a fight happens, it stirs things
No,
up.
because there'd be other days would just be one fight. It doesn't snowball. But certain things can happen on certain days. Certain things can happen on certain film sets, depending on what you're filming. Because it's not going to happen on Happy Feet 3, is it? It's not going to be the curse of Happy Feet. It always seems to be something of a
That would have been my next question.
Of a darker nature.
So, I suppose, I don't have a strong opinion on curses one way or another.
Why'd you
I was
bring
just
it up,
thinking
then?
about it. But I guess if you are open to the idea that there are spirits of any kind, then, yeah, maybe if they get offended, why not? That's kind of a curse, isn't it? Anyway.
You've lost me now. So I'll go. I was thinking, why is it all of a sudden seemingly so acceptable to some, it seems, to a lot, to speak ill of the dead? It's something that you just don't do. It seems like there's a lot of celebration about certain people's deaths, especially very recently, and it's just something that they don't do. I think there are some exceptions. You can say good riddance to the likes of murderers, rapists, paedophiles, but away from that, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody might say something now and again which is a little bit off colour. If you just take, for an example, someone who passed away recently, sadly, in Hulk Hogan, and if you go online, which I don't too much, but if you do, it seems like all the lunatics on there just like want to dance on his grave because he made 1 or 2 mistakes in his life. Like, these people are like perfect, when really Hulk Hogan, not just in America but around the world, had a net positive influence on especially male youth, around the world. And that is something that most people won't be able to achieve, and yet everyone seems to want to focus on most people's bad points, as kind of minuscule as they might be. It just seems to be human nature. So it's just something as well that is put into the tone of Heathen, the way people are. I'm not surprised by how shameless people are really anymore. And the internet, especially now, just lets people, it gives people enough rope just to hang themselves because they just keep opening their stupid mouths and bringing out their stupid thoughts. And in the real world, it doesn't really have any effect, but yeah, these loons on there like, oh yeah, I like that, they're kind of sick. I don't think it's cool to speak ill of the dead.
Yeah, I something you
that
said
could bring about a curse.
About during that really resonates, which is so true. Again, you don't have to be religious, which I'm not, to know about the story of, Jeebus being like, whoever's without sin, throw the first stone. And I'm a believer in that. I don't think anyone can look through their history and not have things that they're ashamed of or regret. Things. I think a lot of the time as well, things are said without necessarily
thinking,
a lot of thought behind it.
These people don't think. Yeah.
When you're younger, especially, or something's come out without being like, I don't think you should have to think that deeply about every word that comes out of your mouth.
No.
So when people say something, you take it with a pinch of salt. And, if you have an issue with it, then maybe you can dig deeper and try and interact with them and get them to explain it or something, or just ignore it. But my point is, this whole thing of just, these were the words that came out, so it must mean this, is so wrong.
Yeah.
So
it's also a real shame when you still see people like Stephen King doing it as well. Like, what is he thinking? He doesn't seem to have like a thought going through his head. He seems to be a bit of a loon, which is unfortunate. So, yeah. People.